Welcome fourth grade parents and families to the Tiffany Park Curriculum Night tonight. Tonight I'm going to go over a little bit about who I am, what your kids are going to learn in fourth grade, the curriculum we're going to use, and maybe ask a few or answer a few questions. So welcome aboard and let's get started. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Mr. Buckman. I have been a teacher for 19 years. I have taught every grade from kindergarten to 12th grade with the exception of second. So sometime before I retire, I would like to teach second grade just to knock that off my list and be able to say I've taught every grade. For the last 2 years, I have taught the 4-5 split class here at Tiffany Park. And I have to say, it's one of my favorite jobs that I've done. I love being able to teach 2 grades at the same time. It gives the 4th graders the opportunity to see where they're going next, and it gives the 5th graders the opportunity to remember where they came from. In some areas like reading and writing, the difference between the 2 grade levels are pretty similar. The kids are learning the same skills, such as they're learning how to find the theme in a story. The only difference is what's expected of the work, where 4th grade has to find one theme, 5th grade is finding multiple themes. And so when your students are working together in that area, some students, if the student is in 5th grade and they're struggling to find a theme, they can just find one and grow into that. Where if your student's a 4th grader and they're finding one theme already, I can say, hey, great, let's see if we can find 2. And the kids get that benefit of seeing what they're learning and where it's going to. Another important thing about me is in my personal life, I'm a husband and a father to 3 boys. They are in kindergarten, in 5th grade, and in 8th grade. So I really get the struggle that we're in right now of having to homeschool kids, teach your kids, raise a family, go to work, and I get it's not easy. And I'm a teacher, and it's difficult. So I can only imagine the challenge that you guys have as parents going through this. So my goal is to try to make this as easy as possible, try to be as helpful as possible, try to stay in communication as much as possible, and hope and pray that we get to come back into a normal routine as quickly as possible. But until that time comes, I'm here to do my best to help you guys out in whatever way I can. I've got Class Dojo on my phone, and I'm going to try to continue to connect with parents and students on that. There's email, and there's the Google Classroom, and I'll talk more about those later on in this video. Know that I'm juggling a lot of things in this, and so if I don't get back to you right away, please pester me again, reach out again, and I will try to get with you as soon as possible. And so let's get started and look at what your kids are going to learn. The curriculum that we will be using in reading and writing in 5th grade is called Up the Ladder. As a 5th grade reader, we are now moving largely away from learning how to read a book, and now we're going to begin to focus on how to think about reading. In 5th grade, we are also beginning to transition into studying how did the author write the book. One of the skills we'll look at is theme, finding the lessons in stories and how did the author tell that lesson. And then we'll also study how did the author craft the story. What techniques did the author use? And we're really going to study the craft of an author. Which leads us into writing. Students will be writing, like in narrative writing, they will really focus on crafting their stories well, adding description and dialogue to them, and even beginning to add themes to their stories as well. It really mirrors what they're doing in reading and writing. The math curriculum we will use in fifth grade is called Bridges. The skills that fifth graders will really focus on in fifth grade are multiplication and division. In multiplication, we will begin to use the standard algorithm. They have developed from kindergarten to fourth grade the concept of multiplication, and now they're going to learn that standard way that we all learned as kids, that standard algorithm. But they're also going to use their reasoning skills and still learn other strategies of multiplication to be able to solve multiplication more efficiently and effectively, and knowing which strategy to use. And then in division, they will begin to learn the concepts of multi-digit division, such as 497 divided by 26, and learning different strategies to solve that, which will lead to next year in sixth grade where they will learn the standard algorithm for division. The biggest skill in fifth grade is going to be working with fractions. Students will be adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing fractions with mixed numbers, which is why they really need to have developed those multiplication and division skills and becoming fluent with them so they can use these concepts in working with fractions. As you have already experienced, the tool that we're going to be using most of the time is the Google Classroom. In the Google Classroom, I will have all the tasks organized by subject matter. There'll be a morning task where the kids will come in and do a math problem, and that'll just kind of let me see where they're at in math that day. And then I will also have everything organized with reading and writing and math and science. And the students will be able to go in and do all of their work in this area. There's also a way that I can link parents in, and I will be sending an email invite so you can see where your kids are at and what work they're doing and what work, if any, assignments they have missed. Finally, a way that I would like to keep in touch with everybody this year is an app that I use called Class Dojo. It's a great way to keep in touch. You can text me messages on it. We can communicate quickly. And I use this alongside email as well. I usually can get back with this one a little quicker. And I keep it on me. It's on my phone, so it's on me at all times. If I'm at home or on the weekend and you have a question, you can shoot me a message on this and it will pop up. And if I can answer it, I will. And if I can't get to it right away, if it's at night, and I'll get to it as soon as I can the next day. And again, please, with the craziness of the world that we're living in right now, sometimes messages get to me and I don't get back to them right away. And so please reach out to me again if I don't get back to you. I will try as soon as I can, I promise. All right. Well, that's the information I have at this point. I'm sure there's some things that I missed, or there's a lot of questions you might have. So please reach out to me on Class Dojo or email. And let's have a great year this year. All right.